What's going on, everybody? It's Crypto Vision here, back again with another crypto market update. Today's video we're going to be looking at XLM, kind of just bouncing back and forth to stablecoin dominance like we do on this channel. So if you like today's video, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave a comment where you're tuning in from. Really appreciate it. So today I went through, I typically wait for the big sales, and I got the pro plan. So we're going to be diving deep into stablecoin dominance, kind of looking at the 12-hour and 8-hour. But as you can see, we're back down to this weekly 5 level. We're at 354. I did say yesterday we could come back down to the 3.5 cent level, higher 3.4s level. And so that's exactly what we're doing. We kind of came up to this channel on this RSI right through here. We came up right here and we rejected. Alright, we rejected. At least we didn't reject off the moving average, which is better than normal, right? You don't want to come up to the moving average and reject. So I could see us coming down through here, making some, probably making a lower low on the RSI. Hopefully on the RSI make a lower low with the higher low in price. That'd be nice. Come down like this and then come up. Right, because I think stablecoin dominance is actually almost done. Should be close to being done. I kind of figured it would get a bounce today, just based on the way we closed, and we'll get into that. And so, overall price action, we're still sitting. This looks like a nice little 1-2. I really don't want to get down below 343 because then it invalidates the 1-2. Okay, so let's stay above that. We are below the 100 once again. Kind of got rejected off the 100. The 20-day is still crossing down below the 50. And so, yeah, so we're kind of in a still finding our low, still have a green dot, didn't have any momentum. So we talked about that yesterday with a lot of the smaller time frames, right? You need smaller time frames to get momentum in order to build on the daily. Didn't get that. So if we come over, let's go to the 8-hour today, because I got some stuff mapped out. So we got if you can see right here, we got a red dot on the Fu Manchu, right? Didn't get any momentum to the upside. Not the greatest, right? Not the greatest, but at least the red dot is right at the zero line. Right at the zero line. I mean, it gives us some positive news, right? Some positive news, right? So we had one up here, and kind of, slowly trickled down, then went. We had one right here, trickled down, and it kind of was getting us prepared to move. Kind of inverted head and shoulders, right? So right now, I just want to look at this RSI. We have broken down below this area that we kind of had marked, but how do we interact with this? When does this close? 10 minutes? Alright, 10 minutes. Alright, how do we close right here? Right, so if you are trading XLM, right, not a financial advisor, not financial advice, but if you are trading XLM, see how we bounce right here, right? See how we bounce right here? It could give you reason to believe that we're going lower. If we cross down below here, then yeah, we're probably going lower, because it's not the cross that really hurts. It's not the cross that hurts. It's the cross and then coming up and rejecting. That's what hurts right there. All right, that's the cross isn't always what hurts, because you can cross immediately and come back up, right? Cross down, and it came right back up, right? Let me see. Crossed right back up, right? Got it back above it. When did we not do that, right? We crossed, tried to come back up, boom, rejected back down. Boom, rejected back down, right? So we're just, and what are we doing in price action with that? This is what we're doing in price action, just down. Downwards, come up, reject. What do we do? We went down for a couple days. We came up, kind of rejected right through here, right? Kind of rejected. Didn't even actually get to the rejection zone, but couldn't get back above it. Okay, so that's kind of what that's not what I want to see. I don't want to see a rejection. Either we bounce or then we stay low. We don't try to come up. We don't try to come up again for a while. So I did map out levels where we can see us going down. We are just below the 1618. On a couple of the cryptos that I've looked at, you'll see if you are, if you're a DGen, Jasmy, crypto guy, crypto girl, whatever you are, the 1886 has been pretty prevalent, right? Pretty prevalent, and so that's typically not an area where you see retracements do, especially on the C wave. When I break this down on the 4-hour, you'll kind of see the full formation, but this is a 3-wave move, right? We have a 1, 2, 3. C wave is deeper than the A wave. B wave retraced up to, let me just do this real quick. B wave retraced up to the 69197, right? But rejected off the 1, so I'm not going to count this as an overshooting B wave just because it's a wick, right? If it closed above, and it did get lower, so it was lower than that, so it's not an overshooting B wave. So we're not looking at any type of expanded flat, running flats, things like that. So yeah, so with that, so the correction, we're still in this correction. We're still above this channel that we broke out of, right? We're still above this channel that we broke out of. If you can see here, we kind of look like we have a full 3-wave move. A, B, C, right? 3 waves, right? 3-wave move. Okay, 3-wave move, just like that. So why would we have a 3-wave move? Well, because we finished if we finished our 3rd wave of this first wave, then this would be your 3-wave move down, then you'd get a 5th wave. So did we finish the 3rd wave? Did we get to the 1618 of the first wave? Well, let's find out. I don't know if we did. Do I really want to count that? That's kind of a large wick. That's kind of a crazy wick. And even down through here too. Count this wick. Let's do this. So this scenario, we did finish our 3rd wave. We came up to the 1618. What about this scenario? Is there any confluence with anything? We came up to the 113. So we still passed both the 786 and the 1. What about if we do this? That's not, there's no real confluence with that. Nah. I'm going to see where this retracement goes down to. Let's see where this retracement goes down to, then we can make a decision based on that. Where is C? Yeah, the 1886 came down to the 1. Where are we at right here? Resting at the 786, down right at this 618. I like this because the reason why I like this is because we're coming down to the 618 right here, 354. Where are we right now? 354. Okay, so this is so we have a 1, 2, 3. We have a 1, 2, 3, and then this is your 4th wave move down. So we need a 5th wave, right? We need a 5th wave. Where can we go on this 5th wave? Right, because we don't want 3 up. 3 up would be pretty bad. Okay, 3 up would be bad. No bueno. Alright, if this is the low, I don't know if this is the low. Okay. But we're looking to get to 39 all the way up to 41 cents. Both of those areas would put us in a spot to mark our low. And so that's what we're looking for. We're looking for that 39 to 43 cents. I will put this. Do I have anything on the daily? I'm going to put this on the daily. Okay. Just so we have that on the daily. There we go. So we have this on the daily for kind of our next movement. And then we can kind of compare, right? The 2618 gets us above the gatekeeper. That 1618 gets us above the 20 and the 50-day EMA. So I would still say that, if we do get because you're gonna need another move to the downside. So I really do want to get to this 2618. I really do. Not because it's a higher price, which would be the obvious reason. But I want to do this, right? I want to do this, like come down, come up, come down, something like this. And use this as support. Use this 1618 as support. And then go. Because you're going to need a 3-wave move down anyways. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking right now. I think we're close to the bottom here. We've been correcting for pretty much all day, right? Since we closed, we've been correcting. We've been correcting since we closed, and so let's see some momentum to the upside, or at least some slowed momentum to the downside. That would be really nice. You know, we could honestly, we could, you know, the levels, right? The 1618 to the 2618. Would we still have a higher low? We would still have a higher low, but it would totally invalidate this whole entire setup. All right, it would invalidate everything if this correction overlaps the wave one. And so right now, where are we? Wave one low. Do we really use? I think we use this low, but we need to close. Where are we right now? 354. We need to close above 357. We need to close above 357. Get above this A wave high. Typically, you're at your third wave, can't overlap the first wave, and so it's looking more and more like this is going to be invalidated. Then I would have to put a new count on, but this does look like a 3-wave move to the downside. This doesn't look like 5 waves up, so we'll have to look at that a little bit more in depth. But for now, that's the level. We need to try to stay above the 354 level, and then work our way back up to the 357 level. Just close above 357, 358, and then we should be rocking and rolling. Okay. In terms of stablecoin dominance, let me see the RSI real quick. Yeah, actually, we're getting some momentum downwards, right? So if this is the MACD, right? This is your MACD. So we've come up with some bullish momentum. Didn't do much with it. We did a little bit. We've set up, right? So let's see what we do here. This portion right here will be very important. Do we have to come all the way back down? Then it's like, okay, then we're going to see probably some new lows, or is it a shallow and then we get to keep running up? So that'll be very important. We close in a minute 38 seconds. Maybe these last couple 4 hours of close of the day will be strong. We have fallen below the area of caution for the RSI. Doesn't look great. We do have lower highs on the RSI. What about on price? 366, 368. All right, well, it's not bearish divergence, right? We had lower lows on the price, lower highs in price, lower highs in RSI. Do something like that just to see, right? Keep us moving with this correction to see what we're gonna do, right? See what we're gonna do. I can't even draw the lower one yet because I don't know where this is gonna bounce from. I'll wait 51 seconds. I'll come back and I'll wait. I'll draw it on here and then I'll just adjust it. Okay. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Yeah, we can leave that on. That's fine. And we can leave that on. Okay, we'll go to stablecoin dominance real quick. So if you're new to the channel, this is what controls the entire markets, right? This is the narrative for the entire market, is stablecoin dominance, right? We were going down the last couple hours. Let me see the days, right? We were going down on stablecoin dominance the last 2 days. What were we doing in Bitcoin? We were going up. We were doing XLM. We were going up. I mean, just total market cap up, right? Others up, right? So actually, these are looking good, right? We broke out and bounced back down. I'll put a video out for all that stuff. But in terms of the stablecoin dominance, where did we need to close yesterday? We had the level, right? We had the level that we needed. We needed to close below freaking 6.3. What was it? 6. Let me see where the 100 was. 6.32. We needed to close below it. And we closed right at it. We closed right on the 100. You can't make this stuff up, ladies and gentlemen. Market makers know what they're doing. All right, they're not our friends. They are public enemy number one. All right, this is manipulation to the finest. All right, I'll say it until I can't breathe. Right, the crypto market is being manipulated without a doubt. Okay, so we have to understand what is being manipulated. Stablecoin dominance is being manipulated, right? So what whales do is they take out their Bitcoin and they convert it to stablecoin, right? And so it's ways to get out of paying taxes. It's ways to keep their money into crypto, and it lowers it lowers the price of Bitcoin, right? So they'll take out their longs, take their profits, open up shorts. But what they do is they, instead of just taking it out in cash, they put it into stable coins, right? So a lot of whales, I am assuming, when the price was going down on stablecoin dominance, were taking money out of stablecoins and putting it into Bitcoin, putting it into crypto. And now they're taking it back out. I mean, it's a daily thing. It's a daily thing. And so, yeah, we are above the 200-day moving average at 645. We're at 646. We're still in this ascending triangle, ascending wedge pattern. So it's still fine, right? We had this scenario where, right, you could come down. It's happened multiple times where you come down, come up. It's just prolonged, right? It's just keeping us on the edge of our seats, right? And then you slam down, something like that. Can we find that in the past? Yes, we can. Right? Yes, we can. Look at this, right? This came down, psyched everybody out. Everybody thought, me especially, I was like, oh, here we go. Right? Nope. Let me get rid of this. Nope. Psych. Came right back up, closed above it, got back down. I was like, okay, it's a fake out. Nope. Got back above it, and then rejected down, right? And then rejected down. We lost all the EMAs when we got down through here. We still broke through every single EMA. And so that's what I'm saying is there is a power that is controlling the crypto narrative, and until they are ready to send crypto higher, it will not move. It doesn't matter. No news will move the price, right? No news will move the price. We had something like this. This is probably the best example, right up through here. Right through here. Came up, came down, came up, came down, came up, came down, right? Kind of going up the channel, all the way up the channel, right? But for us, both times, for us to reject and to actually move down lower, what did we do? We came up to the top end of the channel, right? This is where we need to go. So I'm assuming, right, now with that knowledge and knowing that just from the past, right? Same thing right here. We came up. This was straight up. Came up to the top, rejected. So knowing that, where do we think we're going to go? Right? Came up to the top, rejected. Right? It's always at the top you reject. So with that being said, I believe that today actually might just stay red and keep going down. It's just if stablecoin dominance keeps going up, then everything else will go down. So we need something like this. We need something where this keeps getting weaker. Right? Every time you touch the top, you got to touch the bottom. You have to weaken the bottom support before more than the top resistance. Every time you touch a line, every time you touchy, it gets weaker. Okay? So we need to touch the top. We have to touch the top to then slam down on this last. We need one more to the bottom. How many do we have? We have one. We have two. Didn't really count, right? We have one. We have two, three. I mean, within a span of a day, we'll just count this because we're counting this as one. Counting this as one. So we have 1, 2, 2. 3, 3. Risky, right? Risky. It would be really nice to get us to bounce off this area right here, this 53, but we'll see what happens. I'm thinking we come up here. All right, we come up here. Reject, come down. Okay, this looks brilliant. I mean, I'm not going to lie, this looks bullish. Right, you come down right on the 54.62. I mean, where do we bounce off of? The 54.84. So, pretty damn close. Bounced off the moving average, bounced off the key area on the daily, moving up. Right, if this was a crypto I was invested in, I'd be like, all right, let's go. We're moving up. So, can't play, ooh, this is nice. This is nice, right? This is nice. When I was, before I made this video, this was pointed straight up. Straight up. I thought it would reject. So that's pretty nice, right? That's pretty nice. That means the 4 hours got to be okay. Maybe you're running out of steam right before you get to the area of, gosh damn it. I'm freaking drawing dots everywhere. Hey, leave a comment. Leave a comment. If you guys do that, if you guys are charting, if you guys are just if you guys leave dots everywhere when you guys are going through. All right. So I did this. How I got this was I inverted the chart. All right. If we have a move to the upside, right? I mean, this looks complicated. This looks. I don't know what this is. I'm just being honest. I don't know what this is. This looks. I mean, this isn't a 1-2 because this invalidated this. So it's kind of like, just like a bull flag. We flagged up, kind of flagged up, flagged up. So maybe, I mean, this invalidated this. Just a bunch of invalidation, right? It doesn't make sense. This chart doesn't make sense, okay? But what does make sense is we came up and we're down in 3, okay? So we're treating this as if, we were bulls and we were looking at a 3-wave move to the downside. It's a 3-wave move to the upside, right? We came down. We came down to the 641 level, and it was actually this overall level. It was to the, if I remember correctly, I think it was to the 618. Oh, to the 0.5. Sorry, 0.5, which is good. Good healthy correction, right? Good healthy correction. Not a super strong move, not a weak move, just right in the middle. This came up to the 618. No, it did not. I can't remember. I look at so many charts. The 382. Right at the 382, kind of rejected, moved up, closed below the 236, weak B wave. So weak B wave, strong C wave, and what did we do? We just slammed down. I mean, this whole percentage, this whole thing was 2%. This one candle was one. This one candle was almost 4 candles of the A wave, and so. We're seeing some support at the 1414. It's not typical, right? I would assume that we're gonna come up to this 6.5 level. Let me put us back to the normal scale, right? So we're not freaking Spider-Man over here upside down and crap. So to the 1618, wick slightly above it, but like I said, we do need to get to the top. We need to get to at this point. We need to get to the top. So you get a strong rejection. So if we have, let me throw this on the hourly chart. There we go, something like that, right? Something like that. I can get rid of this. This crap is not needed. Not needed. My OCD is kicking in. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. All right, perfect. So. Right, so if we're thinking, okay, if this needs to get up to the top, I mean, this counts. This is another channel, right? This acts as another channel. This acts as another channel. So we can come up to a lot of the cryptos have been hitting the 1886. I don't know why. It's kind of strange to me. But you know what I say, like the deepest correction we typically see is to the 2272 on a 3-wave move. So we could come up to the 659 level. I mean, it's right at the 2272. I don't believe so. What I'm sticking to is I think actually we come up to this 1618 and actually wick. So I think a candle is going to come up, but I think we're going to wick up to this 1886. It's been a hot area, but anything this to the upside, we just need to close below these 2 areas. We can wick above it. It's fine. We just need to close below. Right, we're above all the EMAs. It's bullish, right? We're resting right on the 20. Okay, and so it looks good. Right, it looks good, and so not for us, but this chart looks very bullish, and so we'll just be monitoring that. So the correction is still in progress. This candle doesn't look the greatest at all. Let's just be real. This candle looks absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. I have messed this whole thing up. Absolutely terrible. So yeah, I'll clean everything up. I don't know what I'm doing with this. What is this, a 2-hour? This is a 2-hour because I was gonna, yeah, that's right, because I was gonna fix this. So I'll fix this up. Sorry about that, but yeah, this looks bearish. This candle looks bearish. It does not look strong at all. We opened up green and a huge wick to the upside on the 2-hour. I think ladies and gentlemen, I hope we can hold a higher low. Stop at this 2272, this 349 level, right? This 349 level. It'd be a nice area to bounce from. we found it's a previous area of support, so it'll be really nice. So that's where I think we're going, right? We were trying to build bullish momentum, couldn't get it done, and so now we have to deal with the repercussions. It's all on stablecoin dominance, whether or not we're going to move up or not. So if you like today's video, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. I thank everybody out there for subscribing. It really helps out the channel a lot. We're growing out here, and so leave a comment where you're tuning in from. We have some people. We have someone from Pennsylvania. We got someone from Washington State, and so I like to see where you guys are tuning in from. So, Lucky's out from Cali. So a lot of people from everywhere. I love it. Thank you for your time. Thank you for stopping by. Peace.